passion and also spread their awareness. You don't have to spend thousands of pounds to get a great bag for your golf game. Guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video. It's Simon down here at Hennick Driving Range early in the morning, and I'm going to show you what I've spent over the weekend, the rest of our budget on to buy second-hand clubs, film with them, so I've got some good video ideas with them, but then also to flip them so we can buy even more and keep this train going. So let me show you what I've got. So guys, I can't thank you enough for all the recent support on the videos. All the help that you've been giving me is greatly appreciated, and we're very close to 29,000 subscribers, which is amazing. Obviously I've got my 30k giveaway of those three Vega 3 irons, which I'm going to custom build for you. But in today's video I've spent £550 cash on all of those golf clubs behind me, and the idea behind that is that we're going to hopefully make, I don't know, £900, something like that. I'm trying to get 40% margin on a lot of these clubs, and I've bought them quite cheaply, quite reasonably, pretty much what Golf Bidder, Golf Clubs for Cash, those kind of companies would offer you. And I've bought this from one pro shop in particular, where obviously they're just sitting in the back. The time and effort to obviously like go through and send those off and everything else, I've kind of just been the middleman and gone, you know what, I'll just come and collect it, and there we go. That is the stock that we've now got. So I'm excited to show you what I've got. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think the favourite clubs are. Obviously I will be putting these up on eBay. I'm not really asking you guys to go and buy that stuff. If you want to look out for it, then by all means do. As I said, the last video I shipped all the stuff off eBay without your guys' help, which is amazing for me because I want to know that I can do this without your help if I didn't have YouTube, etc. But these probably all go up at the end of the week. I've got 50 large cardboard boxes coming. I'm trying to figure out a system of being able to post them on the daily whilst not staying at home for them to get collected. A lot of drop-off services at the moment with the limitations and lockdown situation. It's a bit difficult at the moment, but all I want to know is that when I do pull the trigger and I've got, I don't know, like 1,000 golf clubs, it's efficient and it works and it doesn't take too much work, and I'm not missing out on deliveries, etc., or letting anyone down. So that's enough talking. Thank you for watching. Let me show you what I've got. Now I've got quite a few sets of irons, but this has to be my favourite set. I actually talked about this set of irons back in lockdown when I was recommending you guys in the what's in your bag videos in terms of like muscle back cheaper versions of like the cavity blade, i.e. P790, Ping i500, you name it, the Mizuno HMB. A set that's not going to set you back £1,000. And I said the Lynx VT irons look great and feel as good as the majority of those golf clubs, and I've got 5 to pitch and wedge. These are the ones that I was really after. I'm so glad that I got them. I think they're going to find a great home. So as I say, I've got 5 to pitch and wedge in this set with regular flex steel shafts in them and then Lankin grips. But overall I do feel these are a very underrated club. Lynx irons, a very underrated brand. Not too sure about the woods. I haven't tested Lynx woods in a very long time. I know they got bought out a couple of 3 years ago and they got a new owner. However, I have to say I've hit these before. They look great. They feel great, and I think you can get these brand new for £400. So if you get fitted for these for £400, it's a great alternative, getting a cheaper, more forgiving bladed iron. Or if you want to find a cheap second-hand set, I'm going to value all of these clubs, or at least find the prices what these are selling for. I believe these go for about £200, £210. I'm going to be trying to look for something less. All the clubs that I always sell, I'm going to try and sell under market average. I want to obviously try and undercut the majority, try and keep second-hand clubs as cheap as possible, but at the same time try and make a bit of profit so we can keep this journey going. But very happy with those. Let me know what you think of those Lynx VT irons. Up next I have 2 very firm favourites, beginner favourites that I recommend to pretty much anyone that ever asks me, Simon, I'm a beginner, I'm looking for a forgiving first iron to hit, and I go Ping G anything, and I've got 2 sets of Ping G20 irons here. Now one's like a half set, 6 to wedge, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I'd normally rec a 6 to wedge if you're slightly older, let's say 55 plus. And to be honest, a lot of you are better off just having a 5 hybrid in the set rather than getting a 5 and a 4 iron. But G20, G30, G series, it's scary how much these clubs keep their price, because at the end of the day they're so good that they're just sought after. And I've got another set, 4 to wedge as well. Now, obviously, I have been on a tangent as well, saying a beginner really should get like a less forgiving golf club, just so that they can cut their teeth with it, make the game as hard as possible, learn to strike a ball cleanly, and then in a couple of years, actually, if they do want a bit of forgiveness, they only play once a month, whatever that might be, then these would be the bad boys to obviously go down the route of. But I think these are both in very good condition. Again, both got ping grits, the originals on them, both got steel flex, regular flex shafts in them, and again, as I say, it's scary how much ping keep their price on the second-hand market. So I don't know, I imagine I'm going to try and get some valuations. I'll show you guys when I do a bit of research when I'm home later, but I imagine I'd probably get, I don't know, £80 for that set there, and then maybe 120 for this set here. I'm not too sure, but overall, again, really happy with those. As a coach, these are great additions, because if someone comes to me, they haven't got a set of irons, and they go, Simon, do you know, what do you recommend? I'll be like, it's a win-win. Now, I have got a few more sets of irons to show you. However, I do want to show you some of the woods that I've purchased. Now, I didn't get any drivers. However, I did get some unique woods, which again, I think would be a good addition. And also, I just want to shed some light on woods in general. A lot of people, when they first start playing the game, just automatically get a 3-wood, but that's not always the case. 5-wood, I would say, is normally a great starting club for a lot of golfers. The clubs nowadays are so low launching and high launching, low spinning, that realistically, only a few golfers with the right amount of club head speed can actually get enough out of them. 7-woods, a thing that I think a lot of people should have in their bags. 5-wood should be their first club, then a 7-wood. It's all about gapping. Don't worry about what the number says on the bottom of the club. A lot of you probably hit your 5-wood longer than your 3-wood, or some of you probably find that your 3-wood longer than your driver. The ball doesn't know what's getting hit by. At the end of the day, you need those right impact factors. So I've got this Titleist 915 7-wood, which I looked at the price, these are still going for like 70, 80 pounds, which I was really shocked by. But it's got a stiff flex shaft in it, which is a bit out there. So I'm interested to obviously give this a test on the golf course and get the thoughts. It feels firm, it feels stiff, you definitely know where the head is, and I imagine it's going to go very high for me, but maybe with a few slower swings. I'll be interested to see what the results are. But it came with a nice little head cover. I think that's quite a nice little 7-wood in general. Titleist woods, you know my thoughts on Titleist. And a few more woods. I did get a couple of 3-woods as well. Now, these aren't obviously going to be the most sought after, and to be honest, I'm probably just going to try and get £30, maybe 25 for that, 35 for that. Overall, 3-woods, these are very popular back in the day, and these still going to give you a bit of a punch when you hit them well, that is. The R11S is a bit of a rocket, definitely for its time. The driver, the woods tailor-made in this era were definitely leading, I would say, in terms of bringing out these high-launching, low-spinning woods that just went a mile. But overall, adjustable wood, which is really good, and it came with a head cover, which I was really happy with, as well as, well, the Titleist 909, very similar to the 2 that I sold on the weekend, but this one, a lot better condition, not really any sky marks on the top of it as well, which is always a bonus. Now, when it comes to second-hand irons, you can never look past Mizuno, because they are the all-round, well-crafted, Japanese steel, grain-flowed, all that stuff that you hear about in one. And they hold very well over time. As well as that, actually, condition wise, because they don't put loads of paint or loads of detailing or anything else on the back of their irons, they last well, they age well. And I've got a set here, 4 to wedge, of these Mizuno MP59s, which are as good as your tungsten titanium backed irons that you'll see on the market today, like your MMC, for example. These look great, and actually I'm going to be very interested to see what kind of price I can get these for, what these are going for at the moment. Overall, great condition. This would be for your single figure to mid handicapper that doesn't want a blade, wants a bit more forgiveness, but at the same time can't use game improvement, because at the rough it's going to go 200 yards. So a very nice looking set, if I don't say so myself, with some 5.0 shafts in them, and some nice little multi-compounds at the end. So overall, great looking iron. As I say, Mizuno is a great iron to look at if you're looking to get a good looking, traditional, well looked after clubs to obviously fit in the bag, and then 4 to pitching wedge. So again, I think that's really good value, and I'll be interested to see what they go for. With all the glamorous stuff and the name brands and everything else in the backdrop, I've got some Wilson D19 irons with some fat shafts. Now, these aren't the best irons ever. The grips aren't even that great to go with them. However, the reason that I wanted these is, A, I could use these to lend out to people that haven't got irons, and obviously they got something to practice with. Realistically, I probably valued this whole set at like 60 quid, 50 quid, something like that. But there's still a golf club at the end of the head. You still got a shaft, you still got a grip. You can play golf. I could still play golf with these. No, they're not gonna feel great, sound great against the other name brands that I've got behind me, but they still serve a purpose. If you're learning to hit the ball 130 yards with a 7-iron, you can learn with this. Then you can go and invest and get better and better clubs as you go down the road. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I might list these, I might keep them up, I might just keep them for lessons and just lend them out to people that obviously haven't got a set of irons and just need something. But I thought it was good. They're not going to get any cheaper. They're not going to lose any more value. They're at the bottom. They're not necessarily sought after. You're not going to get a huge amount of money for them. But at the end of the day, I could keep these for 3, 4, 5 years and just let people hit with them. You're getting my point. And to finish off my selection, let me know what you think in terms of the price, what I've paid for everything behind me. One Edition. This is arguably the most popular brand of wood to have come out in the last 3 years. I know what a lot of you, that if you've been watching the channel, are probably thinking. It's not that. And these keep the money incredibly well. I looked the other night, a lot of these are still going for £100, even though they're about 4 years old. It's a Ping G Series 3 wood, in great condition as well. So I'm very excited to A, have this in the allotment, as well as it's actually came with 2 other shafts as well, which I might just sell individually. Shafts with adapters nowadays, very easy. You don't have to go and get your driver repaired anymore. Do you know what I mean? You just buy a shaft, exactly the same, with the same adapter, comes in 3 days. You've now fixed your driver for 40, 50 pounds, rather than obviously getting it sent off 70, 80, 100, whatever. But Ping G Series, you know my thoughts about Ping. Ping hold their worth on the second-hand market better than anyone else. TaylorMade, Callaway, Mizuno, Titleist. For whatever reason, it's probably because the product does what it says. A lot of people get away with it, and also it's not about distance. It's not about, oh, can I hit one really good one but then 7 bad ones. It's about forgiveness, it's about control, and I do feel a lot of Ping players, when they go Ping, don't really go away from it or change their clubs every 2 years. Very happy with that club in general. Looking forward to giving it a hit and a test, and as I say, a couple of shafts to go with it, which I'll probably just sell individually, just to help our margin a bit more, so we can obviously buy more stuff in the future. So guys, there you have it. I'd really love to know your thoughts on my purchases, clubs. What were your favourites? Do you think I got ripped off, etc, etc? Obviously I bought these from a local pro shop. I'm looking to go out to charity shops, car boot sales, Facebook, Spock, whatever you want to call it, and obviously local pro shops. If you've got a lot of stuff that's just gathering dust and you haven't got the time or the will to sell it, then I'm more than happy to give you a fair price. I've had a lot of you guys also message me in terms of, I've got stuff at home. A lot of you guys are just gifting me golf clubs, which I don't want. So I've kind of come to an arrangement that whatever I sell them for, we'll just take a percentage, and you can, obviously I'll give the money to you, because I don't want to do this to make loads of money. Yes, my time, effort, that's great. If I can get like a lesson or hours lesson rate out of it, then that's fantastic. But at the end of the day, it's more about the message and the content for the channel, which I'm really excited is doing very well. So I'm grateful I found this, and the passion, and also spread the awareness. You don't have to spend thousands of pounds to get a great bag for your golf game. Anyway guys, if you wouldn't mind leaving this video a like, subscribing if you're new, catch you guys later.